Ladies and gentlemen, we are live from the Universal Broadcasting Network in the Universal iRacing Series. It's the UBN Prospect Series, and we're at Eldora for the trucks. We have a different type of format today, as we have heat racing. So how we will do the heat racing, so the top two people from the qualifying, so if you qualify in the top two, you automatically are in the main race. So it doesn't matter what you do in the heats. Actually, I don't think iRacing lets you drive the heats. And then from the top three from each heat go into the main, and then the top three drivers from the consolation race will also go to the main race as well. Some guys to look forward today, as running a dirt is a lot different than driving on an oval, on a pavement oval. So we have Cash Culp, who's a several-time champion in real life on dirt racing. Jacob Quill, he does dirt racing a lot on iRacing, so he's pretty quick in there. Trevor Huff, potentially, he's a former NASCAR or iRacing Coke driver. He could be pretty quick as well. A lot to try to figure out, though, is we'll give you a points update on the season once I get it to load. So leading the points right now, Tyler Helms, who is me. Yep, that's me, guys. Not racing today, a little injury, but Trevor Huff is the sub. Max Ford in second place in the points, 10 playoff points, won the first two races of the season. Had a bad running last week with a sub. Wyatt D. Thompson, third place, with a win as well, who won Rockingham on a last lap bump and run. Fourth place, Joseph Enright, 4 starts, 1 top 5, 3 top 10s. He's just shown up and he's been here. Jose Aguilar, Travis Prather, Carmelo Echevarria, Peter Hoppy, a former champion in the Truck Series, Riley Ibanez, and Aaron Kovnat. That's your top 10. That's your playoff picture right now. And we're 4 races in. This is round 5, and we're going to get into qualifying for round 5, and we'll go on board. Well, not on board, but we'll go on board. We'll go on board with Jacob Quill when he goes out. Remember, the top 2 guys go to this main. Should do Gavin Austin. And Gavin Austin's been very fast all of practice. All of practice today. Gavin Austin's first lap is a 18-1. That's a pretty good solid lap to start for this 2 car. Jacob Quill is slower. Gavin Austin hits the outside wall. See what Jacob Quill can do in his second. And Jacob Quill does not improve. Hit the wall on his second lap. Henry Kaloff on top of the board right now. Also another guy to watch out for, Jackson Brown. Hasn't won a race in a very long time, but ARCA last season at Lanier Dirt, he was very solid. So for a little recap of the last couple weeks, last Monday night ended in a last lap pass, causing a lot of controversy with Gavin Austin passing Jacob Quill. Ended in a wreck. A lot of controversy between the wreck. No penalties were handed out. Including with Jacob Quill doing a couple things after the race that he should not have done. And Gavin Austin gets his first win of the season. That's always a good sign. He's not a full-time driver, but He's made a couple starts in a row now, so we'll see what he can go do today, as right now he will be in the heat. Max Ford currently the last guy to advance automatically to the main already, which is a little bit shocking, as he just bought the track today. We'll see what Christian Zarate can do. Christian Zarate will be coming to his second lap. As he just bought the track minutes ago as well. Lots of guys buying the track very late. See if we can do that fast cash Culp Racing Chevrolet Silverado 18.2. That puts him P8 right now. This Cash Culp go on track. Nope, the big man upstairs, Chase George, will go out on track though. Cash Culp going out on track now. We'll go on board with on board with Cash Culp, see what he can go do in his lap. See if he can spoil Max Ford's front row. Bad first lap. And he's in the wall in the second lap. Cash Culp will not get a lap in. Chase George 43.3. Lap does not count. He hit the wall. Can he get this final lap in? Really wheeling that car. He gets to the line. It's an 18.274 Chase George P9. So Henry Kaloff and Max Ford, you guys can take a seat and wait a little while until your heat. We'll give you the starting grid for this is the starting grid for the entire the entirety of the grid. So Max Ford and Henry Kaloff, they can take a seat. And then the next, right? I don't know how they did the thing. This is pointless, actually. So there's no point in me telling you who's in what. We'll just go through it this way. Well, on the pole for this heat, will be Gavin Austin, and then Jacob Quill will be on his outside. Chase George will be lining up on the inside, row 2. Joseph Enright will be lining up on the outside of row 2. Peter Hoppy and Jackson Brown will be behind them, and Caleb Grimm will round out this portion of the field. Maxwell Funderburk is technically supposed to be in this one, but he is the race control, so he's not the racer, or not driving. The favorites for this duel to get, or not this duel, this heat to get into the main, obviously Gavin Austin and Jacob Quill. Those two are probably the best two on the dirt side. With a 15 lap heat. assuming the pace truck will go around one more time. Seems like the pace truck will be coming off the track right now and be ducking down the pit road. So remember, the top two guys of this heat get into the main, and we are going to be green flag is in the air, and we're live from heat number 1 in the Universal iRacing Series at Eldora. Jacob Quill on that high side. Is he going to get around Gavin Austin already? Yes, he will. Chase George falling back quick. Peter Hoppy making a move. They're 4 wide off of turn 4. 3 wide off of 4 now. Well sorted out. Joseph Enright all the way up to 3rd already off the start of this one. Jacob Quill out front. Remember, this is a quick one. It's only 15 laps. Close battle between Jackson Brown and Peter Hoppy and Chase George off of turn 4. They were 3 wide for a moment. Got Jackson Brown and Peter Hoppy next to each other. Brown on the outside, Hoppy on the inside, and here comes Caleb Grimm right behind them as well for the battle for 5th. Brown looking very loose off the exit of 4 into 1. Still side by side, Jackson Brown on the wall. Hoppy very loose. Hoppy trying to throw a slider. Brown runs into the back of him. Contact between the 90 and the 25. Brown's going to dive it in deep into 1. Trying to get back to him. He will not be able to. Battle might be over with that one. No, it's not. Hoppy's in the wall. Brown's in the wall as well. But up front, we got Jacob Quill. Behind him, Gavin Austin trying to get everything he can to go. Maybe have an opportunity to have a battle with the guy he had a battle with last week. Chase George trying to take advantage of Joseph Enright's mistakes. Enright throws a slider. George, contact. Chase George slides up. Enright crosses him over. Can he hold him off though? Yes, he can for now. Battle nowhere near being done yet. Less than 5 laps to go. George on the bottom, Enright on the outside. Enright gets very loose off of 2. Almost losing it. 4 to go. Depending on the system, I think this would decide who starts first for the consolation. George is in the wall. He's wall riding. Right on the back bumper of the 67. Peter Hoppy's been invited to the party now. Hoppy really working that wheel. Maybe he has an opportunity. We got 3 to go. Another slider from the 7. Enright with another crossover. Can he slide up in front of George? He does! Contact between the 7 and the 67. They're both on the wall. Peter Hoppy's here. Three-way battle for third place. Jacob Quill crosses the line. 1 lap to go. Jacob Quill lapping Jackson Brown. Jacob Quill will win heat number 1, followed by Gavin Austin. And here's the real battle. Enright on the outside, George on the bottom. Enright drives it in deep. George with the slider. Enright crosses him over to the line. Chase George gets third place. Joseph Enright in fourth as he wrecks the car after. And Peter Hoppy comes home in fifth. And that was a fantastic battle between the guys. Mid-pack right there. Or, yeah, I guess you could say mid-packing. There's only 4 of them. Fantastic battle. And there will be more than 2 duels. There'll be 3 or 4. Be 3 or 4 duels, I believe. You know what? We're gonna show you what the system's looking like. So this is what each duel, each person is in. So there will be 3 duels in total. This is what our system is looking like here. Lots of guys in here, so that's what we will be racing for. In this duel, we got Chase Smith on the pole. P2 in the outside, Christian Zarate in his first race here at Eldora. He just bought the truck no more than 30 minutes ago. Whitey Thompson, Rockingham's winner. Riley Maxwell will be on his outside. Next, Aaron Covenant. Really trying to have a good run to stay inside that playoff area. It's a long season, but you never want to fall outside of that unless you absolutely have to. On his outside, Carmelo Chivara and William Johnson. I don't know much about Chase Smith, but this should be interesting to see what he can do. As we know what Whitey Thompson and Christian Zarate can do. Pace truck will be coming in this time. And it'll be on Chase Smith whenever he wants to go. And green flag is in the air. A little bit of wheel spin for Christian Zarate. Off the start, Wyatt Thompson. Can he get underneath him already? And he does. He's going to bully him out of the way. Back-to-back races where the leader gets a bad jump. Christian Zarate out front here early. 3 wide behind Riley Maxwell. They're in the wall. They're touching. Our leader goes from first all the way to 6th in a lap. Maybe he restarted 4th gear and he's got some time to get back to this front, but remember those top 2 go to the main. Whitey Thompson looking on Christian Zarate. These 2 do not have a very, very good history in different leagues. They've had multiple run-ins before. Thompson in the back of Zarate. He's all over the back of the 30 or the 53. Aaron is right there as well. Right on the right rear quarter panel. Can he make a move? Can he make contact maybe? Really close to getting there. Zarate's in the perfect line to not be able to really get slide jobbed in. Thompson gets a little bit higher than him this time. He's going to have a way better run on the exit. Drives it in very deep. Zarate's in the wall. He pops off of it. Zarate side by side coming to the line. 10 laps to go. And heat number 2. Christian Zarate still up front. Less than 10 to go. Starting to pull a little bit of a gap now on that 77. Can Wyatt D. Thompson reel him in here. As one mistake from Zarate can easily put Thompson right back in it. And he's gaining, he had a really good corner. He's gaining a lot, less than 2.5 tenths now going into one. They're both running pretty much identical lines, and Thompson in the wall. They're both pushing very hard here. Thompson gets to his left rear. They make contact. Off of 4. Thompson to the bottom of the racetrack. Could that have been his last opportunity, as the gap was above 3.5 now for the 53 of Christian Zarate. Zarate loose off of 2. Can Aaron make a move on the 77, maybe advance his way into the main? Less than 5 to go now, or 5 to go now. Wyatt Thompson probably pretty okay with just finishing here if he can, and as he's in the wall. Coming to 3 laps remaining. Christian Zarate, that fast Cash Culp racing truck out front. Can Aaron make a move on Wyatt Thompson last lap? Zarate was 2 tenths faster than half the field, or the entire field. Coming to 2 to go. Zarate's figured something out. Aaron gains a 10th on Thompson. Thompson's got a little bit of right rear damage as well. Coming to 1 more to go. White flag of heat number 2. I'm going to be saying that all night long. White flag of heat number 2 is in the air for Zarate. He has an 8/10 advantage. Into 3. And into 4. Christian Zarate will win heat number 2 and lock himself into the main, followed by Wyatt Thompson, who's also locked himself into the main. The rest of the guys will go to the consolation. Oh no. The top 3 get in, I believe. Yeah, the top 3 from each heat go to the main as well, so Aaron will also make it to the main. And our final heat of the night, another 15 lapper. So yeah, Noah Nicholson on the pole position for this one. Next to him, former Coke guy Trevor Huff. Travis Prather will be starting 3rd. Sandra McKinney making one of his few starts of the season. Be next to them. Christian Delgado, the streamer, starting 5th. 6th place Jared Green in that Canadian Motorsports Toyota Tundra. And 7th place Cash Culp, who a lot of us are expecting to get his way to the front pretty quickly. So we'll have 2 laps till green, and it'll be on Noah Nicholson once the pace truck dips down. Trevor Huff on the outside, looking to advance his way into the main, trying to give that one team of that one Tricon Garage team some good points, as they are the points leader today. Here we go, coming to the green flag this time by. So far in the first 2 heats, the inside row, the first place drivers had very bad restarts, very bad starts. So we'll see if that trend continues today in this one. As green flag is in the air, we're all over the place to start this one. Trevor Huff in the wall, big wreck. Travis Prather around, Trevor Huff into him. Caution's out already. Bad right front damage to the one. So we need to see a replay of this. Just going to turn one. Yeah, just... I think we need to see it one more time. See that 41 of Travis Prather, the black truck on the inside. That's who we're looking at here. Prather just drives in, misses the corner completely. There's a big pile up. I believe they do have a fast repair if Trevor Huff can make his way down pit road if he hasn't already. He's got some. Does not have a right front fender. So he's had some terrible luck so far in the UIS his last few starts a couple seasons ago. Led the entire race at Phoenix. And the next gens, they got bumping her in, dumping her in out of the way to lose after pretty much a Denny Hamlin type performance. And then his start this season at Sonoma, he got wrecked. Found his way to crawl back to finish in 6th. And he got wrecked at the worst possible time. So we got our first caution of the night. The first one in the heats. And green flag is back in the air. Nicholson leads us to the green. Cash Culp already up to second. Cash Culp making a dive to the lead from last to first in pretty much a lap. The 3 wide for third, Delgado. And Jared Green with a huge slide job off of 4. Trevor Huff to the inside. Trevor Huff with the slide job of a century. With no right front fender. They're 3 wide. 3 wide and the 3. This battle for this last transfer spot's going to be very close. Contact again for Prather. This time into Jared Green. Side by side for the lead. Nicholson and Culp. Side by side almost for third between Delgado and Huff. They are side by side now. Trevor Huff to the inside. Christian Delgado. Hold them off. Damage might start to be coming in for the one truck of Trevor Huff. Prather almost gets into him again. He does get into him again. He puts him in the wall. Cash Culp trying to run down Noah Nicholson to go win this heat and win the final heat. I mean, second place is going to lock himself into the main. But he would like to win if he had the opportunity to. Delgado under huge pressure from the 41 of Travis Prather now for this final advancement spot. These two are side by side. Big run for the 49 on the exit. 5 laps to go now. Prather trying to throw a slider. He's going to fail and he's going to make contact. And he shoves him out of the way. Prather very loose. Is he going to hang on to it? What a save from the 41. They're going to be 3 wide of the exit of 4. Trevor Huff now back into the picture, making a big dive to the bottom. Nothing going. He slides up in front of Prather. That might just be frustration from what the one truck has done to him. And the one slides up into him again. Travis Prather has hit Trevor Huff 4 or 5 times now. 2 laps to go. And Noah still out front of Cash Culp. Does Culp have another chance? Does he have another send left in him? Hits the wall. That'll do it. Nicholson locks himself into the main. So does Cash Colt. Christian Delgado will also lock himself into the main with his third place finish. Trevor Huff following behind him, but luckily for Huff is in the consolation. Top 3 also advancing that. Oh, and Huff goes around after the race. Top 3 guys from this consolation will go to the main. And we'll go down your gridding order for this consolation. This is going to be absolute chaos, I believe. On the pole for it be the 67 of Joseph Enright. Second place will be Riley Maxwell. He's yet to grid. Third place will be Trevor Huff, who just finished third. And that one, Peter Hoppy, will be starting on the outside in fourth place. Chase Smith had a bad running in his one after qualifying on pole for his heat. Next in would be Travis Prather. He's trying to keep it a little bit cleaner than what he did on the last one. Caleb Grimm not on the grid. Carmelo on the grid now. Xander McKinney, Jackson Brown and Jared Green. So we got 2 Canadian Motorsport guys at the back. We got some guys that are really quick that will not make this main. And this one's 20. This is a 25 lap consolation. The top 3 guys in this consolation will go to the main race. As this is a long one. The lights are starting to. The sun's starting to go down here at Eldora. Be going green this time. Top 6 make it from this consolation, as I'm being told from Chase George, and we'll be going green. Be going green right here. Top 6 guys will make it to the main. Green flag in the air. Joseph Enright will lead us there. Chaos off the start already. We're 3 wide mid-pack. 3 wide at the front. Hoppy in the wall. Multiple guys in the wall. Everybody's hitting each other. Riley Maxwell finds his way out front early. Look at this battle back here. Absolute mess. The 28 gets out of the wall. Xander McKinney dive bomb. Cautions out again. Xander McKinney, what are we doing? Look at the 38, the red truck. Going into 1. Xander McKinney. Into Jackson Brown. The caution comes out as the second yellow of the afternoon. Or second yellow of the night, as I should say. And some of these guys know that they're at the back. If they want to go make this main, they got to get up towards the front. If you want to make this main, you got to be in that top 6. You got to be up at the front of the field. You got to give yourself an opportunity to do it, especially when it's not the easiest to pass, and we've seen that in the previous 2 heats already, or the previous heats, all three of them. Guys can get underneath people, they're crossing each other over, they're slide jobbing each other. I mean, you're not gonna be able to really pass anybody and pull away from them unless you're just completely faster than them. So these guys at the back are trying to get to the front as fast as they can. They're failing at it. Second yellow of the day, though. Good news for Huff is that damage does not stay from the heat to the consolation. I believe they do have a faster pair. They actually do want to check that. Could not check that. Alright, here we go. Riley Maxwell, good jump already. Joseph Enright, bad jump. Huff already underneath Enright. He could get both of them in a one. Enright, Huff's gonna slide up in front of him. Good slide job. Everybody keeping it clean. Enright gonna try to dive it down to the bottom. Contact between Peter Hoppy. Or not Peter Hoppy, Jared Green and Carmelo. Side by side off of 2. Cautions out, maybe. Wrecker at the back, 2 of them. And they keep it going straight. We stay green. Carmelo diving in very deep. Jared Green, Hoppy battling hard. Any sort of contact that gives you damage at this point from these guys back here could easily end your night. And you won't even be able to race in the main. Hoppy with a great run on the outside. He's going to slide up into Chase Smith. Keep it off of him. Riley Maxwell trying to run away from Trevor Huff. Cautions out. McKinney and Brown and Grimm. Brown's driving backwards. See what causes this one. Xander McKinney just dumps the 28. And Jackson Brown Jackson Brown spins out, trying to avoid it. So caution's out again for the second time of this consolation. Coming to 1 to green, and he chooses Riley Maxwell will choose the outside line. Smart decision for him, as the bottom line has been very, very bad. Not just on restarts, but just in general. The only way to really make the passes and make it stick is on that outside line. Can Trevor Huff get a good jump? He gets an okay jump. Hoppy with a really good jump as he's starting in 4th, and Hoppy in the wall hard already. Peter Hoppy, he was able to hold on to it and stay in the top 3 after smoking the wall up to start, and he's very loose and he's under pressure from a lot of guys. Contact between him and Jared Green. Hoppy, probably damage to him. Fighting elimination from contention in this race and contending in the main. Hoppy makes contact again with Grimm as he's trying to muster something up here. trying to get back into that top 6. He's down to P8 right now. He's going to get Carmelo. No, he won't. Cannot get Carmelo Echevarria. And Hoppy, around he goes! Contact with the 28. We're going to stay green. No, we're not. Caution's out. Peter Hoppy. His day went from good to very bad within just moments, from 3rd to 12th off the restart. Now Peter Hoppy will come down pit road, use that fast repair more than likely. The damage that he has, it's at 25. Kings Racing, Chevrolet or Ford F-150. Yeah, use that fast repair. He had a pretty good amount of damage right there. So be going green next time by more than likely, and it'll be a quick 4-lap shootout. Maxwell takes the outside. Trevor Huff gotta go to the bottom of the racetrack. Chase Smith up there now too. Remember, the top 6 get to the main right now. Guys just on the outside of it. Xander McKinney, Carmelo, William Johnson. I mean, there's lots of guys that are just on the outside of it, and I think Xander McKinney just lagged out. No, he's there. So we have a 4-lap shootout for consolation. Top 6 will get to the main. Green flag back in the air. Riley Maxwell leads us there. 4 laps to go. Look at this battle right now. First 6. Big contact. Everybody will save it. Carmelo in the outside, or Xander McKinney in the outside wall. Battling with Jared Green. That final spot right there determines who's going to get in. Jared Green will get in as of right now, but McKinney right on his outside. Xander McKinney. Can he make it stick though? McKinney's in the wall. Jared Green fights back. He's got it right now. William Johnson all the way to the bottom. Not enough grip down there. 2 to go. We got a spinner. Does that cause a yellow? No, it won't. 1 more to go. Xander McKinney trying to race for his night. He drives it in deep. He needs that final spot to get in. McKinney, slide job. In front of Prather. Xander McKinney makes it work. And he advances to the main event. What a move from Xander McKinney. Let's get a replay of that one. Off into 3. And Jared Green spins out as well. What a move, and it's time for the main event. We have a 5-minute warm-up before the main event. We'll see what this main event can produce, as the racing so far has been very good. The obvious favorites right now, I think, are Jacob Quill, Gavin Austin, and Max Ford. Mexico going for his 3rd win of the season. Go on board with the 11. And news though, Peter Hoppy, or did he make it? I believe Peter Hoppy does not make the main race, so very sad news for that team over there. And he is right now 8th in the points. Could lose that spot, and very well could be outside the top 10 after tonight's over. Got 2 more minutes left. Then we can take the green flag. You can catch us live this Friday, though, on the UBN network, 9 p.m. Eastern Time at Las Vegas Motor Speedway in Las Vegas, Nevada, for the 40XLI Contender Series. That'll be 9 p.m. Eastern Time this Friday, November 7th, and Saturday, we're at the same place, Las Vegas. I believe that'll be on R2R Network, called by Zachary Cartilage. So just look out for those of the upcoming week, and a little bit of storyline for the Contender Series. JJ Moore being on top of the points lead with 2 wins so far this season, and Mark 5 Racing has 3 of their guys in the top 4. Zachary Trevino probably making his return with 2 starts compared to 4 starts for most of the guys. Probably making his return to the series to see what he can do as long as he's available, and seeing if he can go make another championship run. Oh, it's time for the main event of the evening. Yeah, Peter Hoppy does not make the main race after the unfortunate event unfortunate events of the wrecks that he was involved in. But we'll go down our grid order right now. Never mind, that's the old starting grid. Yep, okay, well, it's just not gonna work, I guess. So, you can see the grid. I've gone through it 4 times so far today, so we'll not be doing it again. But Xander McKinney, the final guy that I transfer in, he's all the way back there. Trevor Huff is in the back of the pack as well. He's got to try to make his way through the field. Cash Culp in 6th. He's trying to, well, he's trying to get his way to the front of the field. Max Ford also at the front of the field, trying to get that second win. Not the second win, the third one of the season. And this made 75 laps. This is a long one. I think they're doing the 4 wide. You're 1 to green this time. Henry Kaloff, your pole sitter. Hasn't been in the car besides for qualifying and for he's not been in the car since qualifying. Wonder if they're gonna allow them to start like this. I think we're going green this time by. If Chase George lets them start like this is going to be the worst decision in this league's history. They won't make it through turn 1 if they start 4 wide. But I think we all would love to watch a 4 wide start. No, they won't let them do that. They're going to organize the grid. We'll be going green next time by. In this time by UBN Henry in the restart zone. He's on that bottom line though. Which has been very, very bad so far for tonight. See if that trend will continue. Trader Paints is kind of having a stroke right now. So we'll see if their crap loads. Official word will be going green this time by. Pace lights are off on the pace truck. $75 laps. Main event. 17 drivers have made it this far. and we'll see who's the best of them all. 75 laps, green flag in the air. We're underway from the main event. Chase George already trying to make a move for the lead. Slide job for Henry Kaloff. He slides up in front of Max Ford on exit of turn 2. Chase George really trying to make a move on the bottom. Contact between the 53 and the 11. The 3 wide on the exit of 4. Contact again to the inside wall. Nicholson slide job. What a move. Contact again in the middle of the back. Sorry, it was not Chase George at the front. That's Jacob Quill. We're keeping it green. We're keeping it clean. Oh, until then, and Cash Culp wrecks his driver for the second time this season. Contact between the 49 and the 53. The 41 contact as well. Everybody's beating and banging into each other. 4 wide on exit of turn 2. Jacob Quill out in front now. No surprise there. Trevor Huff up into the top 6. He's made a lot of ground up so far. Contact mid-pack. Five laps in, and Jacob Quill pulling out to a 7/10 lead. Go on board with the 6. We're on board with him for a 1 lap. See what type of throttle inputs he's putting. Max Ford trying to make a move toward that second best position. And that's sitting for about, they sat for about 40-ish minutes between qualifying and that little warm-up. And that 5-minute warm-up after sitting for 40 minutes doesn't really do much. So maybe the 57 and the 11 are starting to feel those effects. Gavin Austin has a pretty big gap to Trevor Huff, who's leading a bunch of cars. Zarate, contact with Wyatt D. Thompson. Can he hang on to it? He's going to try to cross him over. He's going to let Thompson have it for now. Jacob Quill not really pulling away how I thought he would. Still seconds to gap. He's got lap traffic now, just of Enright in the way. And Enright's around that outside line. This could be very big for Max Ford, who's got around Henry Kaloff. So is Gavin Austin. For now, can he cross him back over? Gavin Austin's got the outside line. Probably not. Not a chance. Max Ford trying to run down Jacob Quill now. Caution's out. Who's the wrecker? Seems to be Travis Prather. Oh wow, yeah, it's between Prather and the 56 right here. Prather drives it in deep. Has the exit speed. 56 just spins out directly in front of him. Oh, he comes down the track, hits Chase George. Chase turns him the rest of the way. There's nothing you can do right there for Travis. So bad luck. Jacob Quill goes from 3rd to the lead in less than 15 laps. expect more chaos on this start, as I mean, we've seen the last one. Here we go. We're going to be going green yet again. Jacob Quill leads us off, and we are off, and we're underway yet again. And Max 4 on the bottom, Gavin Austin on the outside. 3 wide, 4 wide, 5 wide for a second there. Contact between Thompson. We all keep it going in the right direction. 4 wide and a 3. Delgado slides up. Everybody hangs on to it. Everybody keeps it going. Gavin Austin and Jacob Quill, the top 2 yet again for the second straight week in a row. Contact between the guys mid/back of the pack. Everybody's keeping it going though. Last week these two had a controversial battle between them two at the end of the race, leading to Gavin Austin wrecking Jacob Quill. Jacob's defense is that there wasn't a line and the caution's out again. Big wreck at the back. See what happens here, the 49 just washes up. Oh, it wasn't even causing it. It was the 18. Oh, and then they all pile on into there. Jesus. We're under yellow for the second time here in the main. Seem to be going green this time by. Jacob Quill picking the inside line now for some reason. Evidently thinks that's the better line. Cash Culp up there as well. So is Trevor Huff. We got a pretty solid group now. Most of the fast guys are towards the front and green flag is in the air. Gavin Austin immediately trying to send a slider. Trying to get on late Jacob Quill. Contact between the 6 and the 2. Yet again the second straight week, as I was saying last time, Jacob's defense on the wreck was that there was not a line there. Gavin Austin's defense is, it's the last lap, I'm gonna go for it. And he thinks that there was a line as well, but we'll see if these two can settle that here. Gavin Austin going to the outside now. Jacob thinks the bottom's looking like it's the best. So is Cash Culp, and Cash Culp is rolling on the bottom. Caution, big wreck. Oh, Gavin Austin's in the air. The big one at Eldora. What in the world happened here? Let's look from Gavin Austin's point of view. He just lost it, came down, collects Trevor Huff. Yeah, and he went in the air. Bad wreck. Watch it from Huff's. The onboard of Trevor Huff, see what he's seeing here. Bad wreck. See what Gavin Austin saw. Just seems he lost it and just overcorrected it, and then, man! Do got that fast repair though.
Sure,
absolutely. So I guess my phone thought fast repair was Siri. That's wow. Okay. Alright, seems we'll be going green yet again. This time, a lot of new faces at the front. The guys that made it through that wreck. And there wasn't a lot of them. Green flag is in the air. Jacob Quill leading us to the restart zone. Not really a restart zone, but leads us there. We're green. He's gonna be side by side with Cash Culp here. Cash Culp rolling on that outside line. Cash Culp's on the outside wall. He's got no left front fender on that 60 truck. He doesn't care. Contact made mid-pack. We got a couple guys going, pointing the wrong direction. One of those guys is Whitey Thompson. Trevor Huff's in the inside wall as well. We're under yellow yet again. So we're under yellow for the third time in this main race. One to green this time by the Wreckin'. What are they doing back there? There we go. I guess we're resorting to single file restarts here. Green flag in the air. Should make it very boring. Don't understand why every single time a couple of wrecks happen, we made a resort to single file restarts, but that's not my decision. And we got Christian Delgado making his look and his move on 11 of Max Ford. Max Ford does not look to be as fast as what he did in qualifying. Zarate slides up, and we got a wreck off of 4. Trevor Huff involved. Yellow out again. No idea what that 18's doing. Extremely dumb move. Just over halfway through this main event, or just about there at halfway through this main event, and Jacob Quill has been pretty much leading since the start. As soon as he took this one over, he's been leading ever since then. We've had a few wrecks in between. 4 cautions so far, the 38 laps, and looking like it's probably not going to change. I'm also going to single file restarts for some reason. And, well, don't think it's going to work. Cash Cope's left front fender holding on by a thread. You can see that left front fender, it's barely there in that 60 car. See if you can see it from this angle. Yeah, look at that suspension, or that fender on the suspension camera. It's just hanging there. It's ready to come off, but Chick Will's ready to go. That's green flag. Go all the way to the bottom of the good run. Delgado trying to get around. Cash Cope on the exit of 2. Won't happen. Big wreck in the back of the pack. And we're back under caution yet again. And Max Ford around. Bad right front damage to the 11. Shit happened on his restart. See from his point of view. They just all barreled it on in the corner. And wow. Another pile up. Maybe we finally realize the single file does not work out. Next Ford is on pit road. He does get that fast repair, and well, he's dropping sheet metal. His fast repair. Stigic, Will, Cash Cope, and Christian Delgado as your top 3. Coming to 1 to green, or coming to the green. Yet again, single file restart one more time. Hopefully it's the last time. Green flag, Jacob Quill leads us on into it again. Everybody's starting to keep it good. Gavin Austin making his way back up to the front. What a drive back to the front from this 2 car. He goes from the front to the back, all the way back to the front. He's up to 4th now. Because he's in the outside wall. Thompson gains a spot on Chase George for 8th place. Trevor Huff, contact with a 41. I feel like we've been saying that all night long. That 1 and that 41 just have not been getting along, and Prather got dumped off of 4. Hangs on to it though. Huff slides up into Thompson. Trevor Huff back up into 6th. Thompson drives it in and absolutely wipes out the 1. Caution to be out again. See what Thompson saw here. Get closer and closer to the end of this one. And Tricon team is not doing good. Trevor Huff 7 for the points leader, and Max Ford, who's 2nd in points, 13th and 14th. But Gavin Austin back up into 4th place after his drive back to the front of the field from the back. He's going to be in danger here with restarting with about 20-ish to go, probably 22 to 23 to go. Be going green this time by. We're back to double file restarts. We're loving it. It's going to be a very aggressive restart. We're going to be restarting with 22 to go. The drivers know they don't have that much time to go. The ones that are mid-pack that think they could be at the front, they got to go now. And Jacob Quill goes as soon as the pace truck dips off. With Gavin also making a big send to the bottom. Can he get underneath both of them? Won't be able to get underneath Delgado. Cash Culp right on the wall. He's hitting the wall every corner. He's right there with Jacob Quill though. He's going to have the run on the exit of 2. They're going to be side by side into 3. Can Jacob Quill hold off the 60? Or will Cash Culp get a penalty? Because he's pretty much at this point, he's pretty much wall riding. He's not even making the corner. He's just driving it in, hitting the wall. Cash. Can he complete the pass is the real question. Quill slides up. They're still side by side. 20 laps to go. Jacob Quill and Cash Culp side by side in a 3 yet again. Culp needs one set of good corners and he'll get around him and clear him. He's not getting it. He's going back to the bottom. Slide job of the 6. He won't make it stick. He puts Quill in the wall. That could have been his only shot at it. Quill also puts himself in the wall. Caution's out again. Gavin Austin's around. Zarate's around. We're back under yellow. See what happens here with Gavin Austin. He's battling Wyatt Thompson at this point. Big stack up behind. I don't even know what to say. Oh my god, bad hit for Xander McKinney. So Jacob Quill will be the leader, and Cash Culp is not done just yet. Going green this time by and Jacob Quill yet again with another great restart over Cash Culp. Cash might not have an opportunity this run. Everybody's throwing sliders on everybody. Trevor Huff involved again. We're under yellow once again. And another huge wreck. And, you know, sometimes you watch a NASCAR race on TV and it could be the first time they ever go there, and you're just like, first of all, why did we go here? Second of all, never go here again. And that's kind of the thought I'm getting, and I'm pretty sure most of the drivers are getting as well, because the heats are good with not a lot of guys, but once you add a lot of cars on this track, and it just gets to a point where it's not good racing at all. No, I do believe it is a cool concept, but it's just hasn't produced the cleanest of the racing. It's produced good racing. We've had great slide jobs in the heats, and ever since then it's been just a wreck fest. Max Ford making his way back to the field, and I guess we're going to do a single file restart yet again. Last will be coming green with 10 to go. Jacob Quill has dominated this one. Cash Culp, no left front fender. Opportunity for the 60. He's already in the wall. Jacob Quill still leading. We got 9 laps to go now. He's praying to see no more yellows. Max Ford all the way to the bottom. He's the only guy really down there right now. Contact behind the 56. Can he hang on to it? Yes, he can. Sliders everywhere. Guy around. Caution is out. Once more, it's Gavin Austin and Riley Maxwell. The Frost Motorsport machine. And we'll try it one more time. Well, we're under caution a little. I got our points lead. 2 points separate the top 2 guys. And, well, Trevor Huff the sub for the 1. And Max Ford's in 6. So right now, Max Ford will take a 2-point lead on this championship fight. Red flag. 6 to go. Quill out front. Or 5 to go now. Thompson driving in very deep. Can he get underneath the 49? Maybe get a top 3 here. Max Ford in 6th. Battling Enright for 5th. Slider won't stick. Enright to the bottom. It will stick. Max Ford gets into the top 5. Jacob Quill praying as much as Denny Hamlin did last night. Praying to not see that yellow flag again. Jacob Quill, 3 laps to go. Trevor Huff and Joseph Enright contact again. Jacob Quill will come around the corner. And he will see the white flag. And here comes Gavin Austin as well. Jacob Quill will come off of turn number 4. And Jacob Quill will win the UBN Prospect Series at Eldora. Followed by Noah Nicholson. Or Cash Culp. And then Noah. Or Noah, then Culp. Wow, they were that close. Whitey Thompson, Max Ford coming in 5th. Chase Smith in 6th. Aaron Covenant in 7th. Joseph Enright in 8th. Trevor Huff in 9th. Henry Kaloff in 10th. And Max Ford will be your new points leader in a 2-point swing. And Jacob Quill will bring it down the front straightaway and probably burn it down and go park into victory lane. Jacob Quill puts it on victory lane. Post-race interviews will be in just a moment. That's your top 4 at the top of your screen. And we'll be doing your post-race interviews in just a moment. Wait for our guys to get in there, and just a fantastic drive for Jacob Quill, and as he led from start to finish pretty much, but we'll bring in our 3rd place finisher, Cash Culp. Cash, you got a copy in the booth?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm here.
Well, 3rd place, you are a dirt guy, obviously was expected of you. It looked like the car was, hard to handle in that main. Can you just walk us through how it handled and what more you could have done to get that 2nd place or maybe that win?
Yeah, I mean, Jacob was just the class of the field all night. I mean, it was going to be really hard to beat him. I mean, we had a few challengers from Delgado, Ford, somehow. But it was really I knew coming into this race, even before that, my main competitor would be Jacob Quill, and he's a really good race car driver, and he definitely worked his ass off to deserve this win. So kudos go out to him. Best driver probably did win tonight, and I feel like he was better than me on average all tonight. I feel like in the middle of the race, I was able to get up because he was running bottom, I was running the top, and I knew I was running the bottom, but I just didn't really care. So I just said, screw it. I got nothing else better to lose. Well, I'm a part-time guy. I'm here for wins, not for points. So if I blow a truck up trying to win, so be it. But I was running a truck. I was running on the top. I just couldn't get enough green flag laps to be able to pull anything off. We had a good battle there for a few laps. And when I was throwing a slider on him, that probably would have been the race winning slider. Yellow came out mid slider, gave him the spot back, and I don't think from there he was just better than me. So definitely the best driver did win tonight. And I coming from a sprint car race Saturday to this, I mean, fifth real life, third in this, nothing too shabby, but definitely was wanting to win this race. And shout out to Quill and everyone at the Chase George factory for providing this number 60 Metallica Silverado. Definitely was a really good truck. I just wish I could have finished 2 positions better.
Yeah, well, it obviously being the truck on dirt, it's gonna handle a little bit differently than normal. How did this
Yeah.
overall though? How did this handle? Because I test drove it a little bit earlier, and I heard a few guys talking about handling issues, or it wasn't handling that good. So what was your take on it?
I mean, I've driven trucks Eldora 1,000 times, but it didn't feel right. I mean, it definitely did not feel right. Like this felt different than the other 1,000 times I've driven this car track combo. So I don't know what's going on. I don't think the baseline setup is definitely not good. It was the setup tonight was not good. Baseline setup was not good tonight. I think that's why a lot of guys are having issues because I don't know if I think since they changed the setup, it's just not good. It used to be better, but it's just not good. The setup was not good. I think if we had a custom built setup, like if Jacob built the setup, it'd be a lot better. But the setup itself is just not good. But yeah, just really, it was a really oddball race. Definitely one of the more weird times I've driven Eldora because usually early on, bottom, then goes to top. It was just top from warm up.
Yeah, it looked very weird and very challenging to drive. But before we send you back, yeah, anybody like to shout out?
I'd like to shout out the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, and then I'd like to shout out my sponsors: Offshore Solar, Chaparosa Roofing, Beckman Designs, Fast Cash Racing Products, Cal Off Dykes Racing, Chase George for allowing me to drive the number 60 truck tonight, Cash Corp Racing, everyone that helps us operation go from point A to point B. Definitely was fun. I hope we do more of this, and I hope we do more of this. But yeah, it was definitely a fun time. I appreciate everybody for allowing me to drive his number 60 tonight, and I'll probably be back in my 57 in a few races. But definitely was fun, and I appreciate everyone. Appreciate Chase George and all the owners for making this league happen.
All right, well we'll send you back, and good luck on your whatever your next start is.
All right, thank you.
Noah, you got a copy in the booth?
Yes, I do.
Well, P2, you got it off pretty much a last lap move over, Cash. Just walk us through um, your experience through this chaotic main event.
So, I mean, me and Cash, we were working together in the heats. We were racing hard together, so we were like, "This is pretty good. This is clean racing. This is nice in the heats." I mean, the caution started in the back, but that happens. So going into this main, I was thinking like, just ride it out, see what happens, and then I just got funneled to the back because I just kept getting slide job, slide job, slide job. I was like, this is really aggressive. So I took my faster pair at like lap 30, and my main goal was just to ride wherever everybody wasn't and just keep it clean and just have everybody move themselves out. And then I ended up kind of just somehow weaseling my way towards the front, and then I found myself right behind Cash. He was struggling a little bit trying to catch up to Jacob, so I just try to keep my line, keep it smooth, and not overdrive it, and that's what happened. And then last corner, I just try to keep it my distance on him. Lap car came up, and I was just like, screw it, I'm just gonna keep the throttle down. Hopefully, I can turn off of him. Got into him, but still kept second, so it was a good overall race.
Yeah. Also, we talked to Cash a little bit about the handling of the car. How obviously being these cars are built for pavement ovals. How was the handling and the difference from driving this compared to a pavement oval?
So the handling, it drove a lot more like a really low horsepower really low responsive dirt late model. So that's how I felt, but I'm probably wrong in that assumption. But that's how I drove it. I was just really sensitive on the throttle, and it was a struggle. The biggest part about the handling was the track changing and understanding where to go. I was running the middle line towards the end there because I was just looking where it wasn't dark. So I was just looking for where I wouldn't get loose on entry. And sometimes I found myself stuck on the high line, and it was brutal. But the high line could work if you had the finesse to keep those rears on that cushion the whole way around. I didn't have that, so I just tried to stick it out through the middle or very low bottom. It was just it was about trying to find your groove and just where you could run the best without getting real loose on exit or center.
Yeah, so I mean, overall though, how did the truck handle? Because I did hear a lot of complaints before the race and after the race from Cash about it just not driving good at all and handled really badly. How was your experience with how the car handled?
So the car handling, I did do an Eldora race previously, and on that one, it was a bottom dominant for the first bit because you could just stick it on the bottom and with that grip it could go. But with this one, you didn't have that kind of grip on that. So I think the fixed setup here, whatever it was, the conditions of the dirt or the setup of the truck, it was a top heavy set track, and wherever you could run the highest while keeping your tires in the dirt, that's how the truck was gonna move fastest. So it was really top heavy, which made it really hard to pass. So the people trying to pass had to make really desperate moves, and that's why it was a dirty race in my opinion, because it was so hard to pass. But the people that knew they were faster just try to make a Hail Mary move to get by, like a really late slide job to get by, because that's the only way you could do it here with the way the truck handled. Like if you're on the high line, you're keeping your spot unless he slides right up in front of you and potentially takes both of you out. So that was my take on it, at least.
Yeah, that's definitely how it looked though. You got anybody like to shout out before we send you back?
I just like to shout out my owner, Henry Kalhoff. They let me race with them a lot. Great team, awesome team. Love racing with them. Haven't been able to do it that much because getting drowned in work for college and stuff. But when I do get to get out here and do these races with them, it's a great experience. They're just a great team. KDR, great team, great guys all around. Really helpful, supportive, and we worked well together tonight.
All right, well, we'll send you back, and good luck on any other starts you make this season.
Yep, thank you.
Jacob
Yeah.
Quill, you got a copy in the booth?
Yes, sir.
Well, you dominate the main from start to finish. You get UIS career win number 20. I believe that ties you second of all time, or puts you officially second all time and wins now. Just walk us through your experience on your driving in the main.
I don't think it was bad by any means. I don't know why everyone's saying this was a crap show. I truly don't think it is. Just it's a lot of inexperience. When you keep coming back to these tracks season after season, it's only going to get better. And the linear ARCA race was, I would say, a little bit more messier than this. You get put on a wider track now. You get put in a more stable car on dirt. It's going to do things. And, I had a great experience in the A main. I didn't have any problems except for Gavin Austin as a lap car just trying to hold me up for some reason. I don't know why, but I guess he's had a grudge against me all night because I was the one to beat for whatever reason. But other than that, I mean, I had a great time in the A main. Other people would say otherwise, but I don't think I think it's a driver issue. I don't think it's a track issue.
Yeah, it's definitely kind of what it looked like. A lot of guys that just didn't have practice, which is normally the case when we go to new tracks and because people don't tend to practice. But win number 20 puts you second all time in career wins. How does that feel? And what can come next for Jacob Quill?
Well, what's coming next is probably a suspension, and then so I'm gonna get a leap week. But other than that, I'm probably, I don't know, I'll still run a couple part-time races here and there. I know I'll be there in the car at Vegas for Kai Collymore for his thing for Contender. And, I don't know what's to come. I really don't. We'll see in the future if I ever return back full-time. I don't think I will, honestly. I just want to come here and try and get wins, but, it makes me a little bit more reckless because, well, I'm just fighting for a win, but, I would be very glad just to come and do some part-time starts and pick up a couple wins like these.
Yeah, do you think there's it gets to a point where maybe you could try to make a push to go take down Logan's record for most wins, or do you think it's just you're just gonna try to pick off a few wins here or there?
Logan slowed down a little bit. Everyone can see it. I mean, ever since the competition has risen up, it's like, no offense, but Logan Brink is like the Richard Petty of UIS.
Logan
It's
Brink's
true.
wins are with plumbers.
I'm not gonna say plumbers. It's the same field pretty much, just with more. They were new. They were newer to iRacing, so Brink had that upper hand, and he was also just a prolific, perfectionist. He would get the track down. He would, make sure he was gonna be good for that weekend. That's what made him so great. I don't think anyone will ever beat his single wins in a season record for Cup. Never. That's
No
not gonna
chance.
happen.
11 wins.
It's not gonna happen. But all-time wins list, we'll see. It's just I'm gonna have to run a lot more races. We're gonna have to get some wins. But yeah, it's definitely on my list. But I'm I don't know. It's for now. That's it's on my list, but I'm not really worried about it.
Yeah, well, that's pretty much what we got. So, you got anybody like to, shout out for tonight before we send you back?
Yeah, I just want to thank you for commentating the race and letting your substitute do the job for you, because we always need a broadcast. It's great. I want to thank Chase George and Maxwell Funderburg for, well, I'm gonna say mostly Maxwell Funderburg for doing the officiating job and doing a great job doing that regard. He knows dirt, and when he makes a call, I have full faith in it here. So, I just, yeah, it's mainly the two I want to thank, because, well, I don't got anybody else to thank.
Wow. All right. Well, appreciate it, and good luck on whatever other starts you make on your rest of your season, and we'll send you back.
Yeah, we'll see Friday.
We'll see you Friday. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that wraps up round number 5 from the Universal iRacing UBN Prospect Series season. We've had 4 different winners through the 5 races, and I don't think that's gonna change anytime soon. We got a really good battle coming at the top of this, the top of the standings for the points, and I believe that it could get even closer in the next weeks to come. Max Ford should be your points leader after tonight, but catch us Friday night at 9 p.m. EST Eastern Time from Las Vegas Motor Speedway and the Xfinity cars at Las Vegas from the 40XLI Contender Series. And then Saturday we'll be at Las Vegas, and the next Monday we'll be right back here, same time, and at Auto Club. So should be an entertaining one. That one, Maxwell Funderburg should be on the call for that one. So everybody have a good night, and we'll see you